Hi, I'm Brenda Gowie, and I would like to show you how to use and take care of your apple peeler core slicer. This tool is fantastic for making apple pies or just cutting apples into thin slices. However, if you're not sure how to use it or take care of it, it might just sit in your drawer, and that's really a waste. This tool comes with a wrench and with two rubber pads that clip on the bottom, like that. You can also get a block that's sold separately, and I like to use the block because I can use this on the table or counter wherever I'd like. If you are clamping it directly onto a table or a counter, it needs to be a squared off edge, not a rounded edge. It doesn't work very well on that. So once this is tightened on the block, and you want to tighten it a little tighter than you think you should so that it stays steady. I'd like to show you the blades now. There are 3 blades on this. The peeling blade and the slicing blade is this one. There's a little piece of apple on there. This one has a wing nut on it. You can loosen this to adjust it to take off a little bit less or more peel. And there's a lever right here that lets this blade stay back, or if you lift this up, it will go back into peeling place. If you just snap it, it can hurt you, so I would not recommend that. There's also the slicing blade is this round blade, and this is extremely sharp, so it's not a thing that you want to put your fingers in. This is what the wrench is for. If you wanted to just core and slice your potatoes or your apples, you can loosen this loosen this nut with the wrench, drop this blade down to the side. You don't need to take it off, just drop it down to the side, and then it will skip the peeling part. Be sure to tighten it back up securely before you do your apples. And you want it to be set up so that the prongs go directly through the center of that, like that. So that's a good way to gauge where to tighten it. The prongs will unscrew if you need to, so that you can clean it easier. I like to clean all of this with a toothbrush with soap on it, but you can unscrew this and clean it separately. Everything on this tool will rust, so it's important not to leave it soaking in water or to leave it wet. You want to dry it as soon as you can. The easiest way to put the apple on is to put the bottom of the apple on, the prongs, instead of the top. And the lever right here is what releases the tension on the rod. So if you push that in, you can pull this back easily. Because you're working with apple juice, which oxidizes, can sometimes get a black film on it, and that's just the oxidation from the apple juice. The easiest way to get that off is to use a paper towel with a little bit of cooking oil on it and just wipe it off. It will also let your rod slide easier. When you put your apple on, you want to just push it straight on, not twist it, because if you twist it, it can strip out the core. So push on this lever to get the apple up to the peeling blade right here, and then with your dominant hand, use it on the handle. Your other hand goes in between the block and the coring and the peeler core slicer, and then just turn this. You can go pretty quickly, and once your apple's all the way through, you have it completely done. You can use these in your compost. You could boil them in a pot of water with some cinnamon and just make a really sweet smelling potpourri. And then you can take off your apple. You've got like an apple slinky, a fragile apple slinky. If you slice down one side, You have rings, except for where that broke. You have apple rings. If you slice down both sides, then you have pieces that will work for apple pie. If you have any seeds, be sure to pop those out. This is the easiest way for kids or little kids or people with braces to eat apples. When you take off your core, you want to use a cloth because this is slippery and kind of dangerous. So pull it off straight off with a cloth, and then just go on to your next apple. It takes about 6 to 8 apples to make an apple pie. The handle has a screw on it, and the end of your wrench on some of them. This one looks like it's not the right size, but some of them, whoops, the wrench end is what you can tighten this with. This looks like it's newer than this tool. If you have any questions, you can feel free to message me or call me. My number is 480-225-9835, and I hope you love your apple tool. Thanks.